The last decade of the internet has been all about trends and challenges. There was a cinnamon challenge, Harlem Shake, Chubby Bunny, Ghost Pepper, beanboozled, and the list goes on. Some of these are harmless fun and can be used for self-improvement, like the Learn Something New challenge. And then there are challenges that are deadly dangerous, like the Cha-Cha Slide challenge. Most of these challenges are created by Generation Z or Zoomers, but if you ask a Boomer to create a challenge, they might rant about turning your internet off and going outside to touch some grass. Imagine a life without no phone, no electricity, and no car. It can be a cool challenge to survive out in the wild like it's the 1800s. But can you do it? Most Americans' ADHD may find the challenge a nightmare for them, but there are more than 360,000 people in the US for whom this will be a piece of cake. The Amish. And if you are Amish, what on earth are you doing on your piece of cake? 2 quirky, strange, and outright creepy and short, weirdly interesting facts about the Amish. The Amish are a group of traditional Christians that had their beginnings in Switzerland in 1693 based on beliefs such as casting people out from their church and judging those who aren't Amish. Though their world revolves around living by the standards of what they interpret to be God's word, sometimes their moral code can clash with the state and federal laws in a bizarre fashion. The Amish shun various necessities of modern life, such as licenses, high school education, and of course electricity. This obviously poses a challenge for all those Amish bakeries that need to preserve their food without refrigeration. A particular Yoda Baked Goods in Lancaster County came up with a solution that may make you scrunch your face and go, ugh. In the spring of 2019, police received an anonymous tip that a certain Yoda Baked Goods was using questionable ingredients. At first, the shop looked clean and compliant with the code. When the cops tried the whoopie pie, the milk tasted like cantaloupe juice. If it reminded you of Friends, then you are on the right track, because the milk used to make these pies were human milk. Unless you are a vampire, the idea of digesting liquids from a stranger is not only disgusting, but also against the law. So the bakery got shut down for good. The bundling may sound like the title of the next Shyamalan movie, and it is surely a horrible practice. Typically, Amish adults get married around the age of 20 to 22, but they start dating around the age of 16. But if you are an Amish teen hoping to get wild, this isn't a John Hughes movie. The Amish dating scene is very different from modern dating, as they don't allow any hanky-panky before marriage. But youth will always be youth, and they find a way. So, the Amish community actually encourages the dating couple to spend nights together. But this is not going where you are thinking. When the boy arrives at the girl's place for a dinner date, the girl's parents would take both of them to the girl's room after food, tie them both to the bed, and put a wooden board between them to make sure nothing except talking and actual sleeping happens. Restrained and restricted, poor youth have no other option but to comply. In practice, it does sound awful to leave kids tied up for entire nights. In modern times, it is also not uncommon to see Amish homes having a bundling bed, a bed with a board in the middle to prevent intercourse. Like any other Christian community, hymns play an important part in Amish worshipping and religious activities. But unlike other churches who are trying to make their altar performances more and more appealing to TikTok, Amish prefer dystopian songs full of sorrow, loneliness, and suffering, and how wicked our world is.
They would not listen to God. They became wicked and did wicked things. Look at them doing wicked things there. You don't get much more wicked than that, do you? Oh, f*** wicked.
In fact, nobody knows what the original tune for these hymns was. They came from a Protestant songbook called Ausbund, written in 1564, and it has no notes mentioned in it. The reason behind such oddity is that Amish believe that learning the skill to play or read music leads to vanity and turns innocent Amish teens into Instagram influencers. This is why they shun musical instruments as well as only use their voice to sing hymns. Also, any other kind of music is forbidden. But the creepiest part about this whole affair is why these hymns are so depressing. Well, because they were written by criminals who were on death row. This is why these songs tell the tales of grief, remorse and despair, but also cry for God's mercy. The Amish community began as a Mennonite sect in Switzerland in 1693, and it was founded by a man named Jacob Ammann. But the founder effect is not about him particularly. The Amish were cool with the rest of the Europeans until motor cars happened in the 19th century. The Industrial Revolution caused a divide in the Amish community itself, and those who were too much of an elephant to accept progressed towards America. William Penn over there had found a colony named Pennsylvania based on religious tolerance, and this proved to be a perfect home for the Amish, who decided to choose a corner and sit there by themselves. These founding Amish were only 200 families strong, and because they decided to practice keep it in the Amish, their following generations couldn't prevent inbreeding, along with other unexplainable reasons. This is why they have a much higher rate of genetic disorders, such as maple syrup urine disease, and they also have a high infant mortality rate. This is what scientists call the founder effect, yet it does not faze them from their ways. Amish see these issues as Gottes Will, which is German for God will. Given their private nature, the general public has rarely had the opportunity to witness the disorders ravaging the Amish. But at least one born Amish has risen to worldwide stardom, all on the shoulders of his congenital disability, cartilage hair hypoplasia. Actor Vern Troyer, mostly known for playing Mini-Me in Austin Powers movies, is one of the shortest men in the world. He stands at just 81 centimeters tall. That is shorter than an average 3-year-old. Amish children are allowed to have some simple toys, one of which weirdly is a creepy faceless doll. There are a couple of lines of reasoning as to the purpose behind the faceless doll. In the Bible, the book of Deuteronomy forbids the creation of graven images, which means that people cannot create an idol with human characteristics, as only God can make humans. Another belief is that a doll with a pretty face will make the child vain. Vanity is severely looked down upon in the Amish community. Ken and Barbie, you are hereby banished forever. You won't catch a pregnant woman lazing about in the Amish community. They work right through the entire pregnancy. The Amish also don't believe in birth control, so they tend to be pregnant a lot. Also, it is taboo to discuss pregnancy with the Amish community with anyone besides the husband and midwife. So, a woman must continue to toil away at her work as though it's business as usual, essentially till her water breaks. Do you think we missed any weirdly interesting facts about the Amish? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and share it if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe if you would like to know more weirdly interesting things. Thank you!